Hello everybody, how are you doing? I thought I would do an update video this week instead of a pin video. I do have a couple of videos needing to be edited that you'll be getting in the near future, the coming weeks. And I have a number of pin blanks on my bench that you'll be getting in the coming weeks. But I really don't have the opportunity right now to turn a pin, and I'll show you why. My lathe and my grinder are both on the floor, and they're on the floor because the lathe bench is occupied. I'm currently building a swing. Now this is a real beauty. I am super happy with it. It is made of solid cherry, and a buddy of mine acquired the wood and gave it to me, and I've still got quite a little pile there of scraps. We'll be doing some small projects with those, but I'm super happy about this swing. It doesn't have the arms attached yet. It is finished with stain, but it needs to get it's Total Boat varnish. There's going to be 6 coats of Total Boat varnish applied to this swing. I thought you might like to see the arms that I've made. I'm real happy with them. They are made with a half lap, and they are held together by Titebond 3, which is a waterproof glue. It's basically used in cutting boards, anything that's exposed to water. And I turned from the scrap of the cherry, I turned 1/2-inch dowels on my lathe, and I glued them in so there are no screws in this the arms. I also like this nice little feature here. It's really nice because when you grab the arm and you rest on the swing, it sort of cradles your wrist. It was an accident because I cut one of my half laps a little too short, and I ended up having to trim it down to account for that. But wow, it turned out really nice, and I'm super happy with it. These arms will be attached to the swing eventually. I also want you to know that the back brace and the seat brace are connected with half laps. And again, they are glued with Titebond 3 and 3/4 or 1/2-inch dowels. Now, looking at the swing up close, you've probably noticed all of these screws, and none of them are seated. And there's a reason for that. I wanted to get all of the screws in alignment so that I could line up all of the braces and make it look nice. The screws are there simply to hold these slats in place. Now, the first 5 slats here, I have removed the screws and I've glued them to the braces. I did that last night. I ran out of screws, so I needed to do something, and I went ahead and glued them down, and I put the screws back in to hold everything tight so the glue could dry. I'm getting ready to glue the rest of these. We'll remove each slat one by one, and we'll put glue underneath the slat where each of the braces are. We'll get it screwed back down, and once it is glued in place and the glue has cured, we'll give it a couple of days. I am working on a process to drill out a 1/4-inch hole to a specific depth, and I've got a neat little surprise. Once again, using some of the scrap pieces of cherry, I turned 1/4-inch dowels. I bought myself a dowel maker, and I turned a bunch of 1.5-inch, 1/4-inch dowels. And we are going to drill these holes out, and we're going to glue these dowels into these holes, and the entire swing is going to be held together with dowels and Titebond 3 only. So I'm really excited about that. This is a real beaut. I am so happy with how it's turning out. Apologize for this one being on its side, but I had to get it out of the way for all the other projects I have going on. I've got it sitting on a mat so it doesn't get damaged. This is the swing that started it all. My father made this swing for me 22, 23 years ago. And it, of course, being out in the weather, it got weathered and it got in really bad shape. So I disassembled it. Every single piece came off of it. Everything was sanded back down to bare wood. I put a natural stain on this. The other swing has a dark cherry stain. I think it's called red mahogany is what I actually put on it because I wanted that dark cherry look. But this swing is ready to also get a finish. The arms are off of it because I want to finish them separately. I bought Total Boat spar urethane in a satin finish, and I'm going to put 6 coats of Total Boat on this as well as the other swing. Then we'll assemble the arms and start working on getting them put out into the yard. Here's another thing that I'm working on. This is a bedroom suit that I picked up at an auction. I'm really happy with it. It is solid oak. It is in fantastic shape, except you can see it's raw oak. It has not been taken care of. It needs to be oiled. This area here looks like it had something setting on it that kept the sunlight from getting on here and drying the wood out. Same goes for the top there and the top there. Other than that, the body and the drawers are in great shape. They just need to be treated, and we treat them with Murphy's oil. Being that this is natural oak, has no finish on it, I can sand this top down. So I ordered some 150 and some 220 grit sandpaper. We're gonna sand the top down, and then once it's sanded down, we'll clean it all up. We'll clean everything, deep clean everything. And I'm not sure how we're gonna do that yet. We're looking for methods to deep clean to find the best way to do it. And after we deep clean it, we are going to put about 3 coats of Murphy oil, let it really just soak in, and it should bring this wood back and make it absolutely beautiful. We love it. This is hand carved. We are very familiar with this furniture company because we have very similar furniture. We have the same bed in the master bedroom with the carvings on it, but our dressers do not have the fancy carving here or the fancy carving in the face. You've got the mirror here. It's got a little carving down there, a little carving on top of the mirror. There's the footboard. It's really a beautiful set, and we are happy to have it. And like I said, I picked it up at auction, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of refurbishing work to this. There are 2 things that need to happen. The headboard has a little chunk of wood missing at the foot. Now, I don't look at that to be a big issue because take a look at where it's at. It doesn't go all the way up. It stops about right here. So what I'm gonna do is I will cut straight across on that leg. I'll take a rasp and I'll file it off to where it's nice and flat. I'll glue a piece of wood on there with the same grain direction, and then I will proceed to shape that wood using probably my Dremel tool to get the same exact shape as the foot. Since it's natural oak, once I do, we can cover that with Murphy's oil and it should blend right in, and you probably will not know that it ever had a damaged piece to the leg. The other issue we had with the bedroom suite is the trim was busted. So what I've done is I went ahead and glued the trim back together. I glued it back down onto the support board here. And I put a little glue in there, and I'm letting the glue soak down in there really good. So that's gonna kind of take care of that. It's just trim, it's not structural. And once it's done, I will come back, and I've picked up some really nice wood filler. We'll fill this in and we'll sand that profile back onto it. And then once again, the wood filler that I got is stainable, so it will take the oil, it will blend right in, and I don't think you'll notice it. Plus, this is right next to the post. Usually there's a cover hanging over that. It's not something that's gonna be real visible because it's next to the headboard, so you probably will never see it. But I should be able to fix it really nice, and I'm excited about that. Those are the only 2 issues, other than needing a good cleaning and a good oiling, that we have with the bed. I have Barry in the shop. Barry is a chainsaw carved bear that I got from my wife several years back, and he sits outside of our house. And Barry's whole job is to protect the house and to just talk with all the girl bears that come by. So he needs a little work. We're gonna fill in some of these gaps with some paintable caulk, get them all cleaned up. We'll shoot a new coat of black paint on Barry. He needs a little bit where he's dried out really bad along here, but we'll take care of filling all of these sections. I probably will fill this with paintable caulk and paint his snout with a nice brown. We'll get Barry looking good again so he's ready to talk to the lady bears, and we'll get him back out front guarding the house. I got a couple of really cool pin kits glued up and ready to be turned, and once I get the lathe back on the bench, we'll start working on those. I think this one's pretty cool. I really like this one. This is a segmented blank, and I've put it on one of the Apollo kits from Bullseye Turning. And the kit is already glued in. It's ready to go to the lathe. So is this one. That's one of their hybrid blanks. Really beautiful. I've got, this is called Hot Blooded, this particular blank, and it's going to go on another hobby knife kit. And I've got a kit here that I have not assigned a blank to, but we're going to work on that. So these are all upcoming turns. I just, like I said, got to get my lathe back on the bench. There were a couple of other projects that I talked about in a previous update video. One of them was an A that I was making, a lighted A, and that project is done. It has not been delivered yet, but it is done. Another one is a gift for my wife for our anniversary. It is complete, and I went as far as to make a custom box for it. So I'm really excited to give that to her. All of these projects, and of course, there have been a bunch of other stuff. I mean, I've been working on my shed. I had a little bit of rotted wood on the door. I took care of that. There have been a lot of small projects around the shop. Everything I'm doing, I'm not doing videos on this stuff, okay? I do videos on the pins, and that's what I put on my channel. But what I've been doing with this stuff is over on my Patreon, I've been sharing all of these projects and all of the progress I've been making on these projects with my patrons. So if you're interested in following along and knowing what's going on in the shop above and beyond pin turning, I am offering Patreon memberships for $1 a month. That's it, no more. If you want to pay more, some people do chip in $2, $3. You're welcome to do that, but it will only cost you $1 to get all the content. And every time I'm out in the shop working on a project, I am putting out photos and descriptions. Occasionally, I'll drop a short little video, maybe a 30-second video. I'm trying to keep it text right now because video editing takes so much time, and I want to share as much information as possible, and I want to share it as real time as possible. So I've been doing mostly text. But all of those projects are out there, and they're available over on Patreon. So check out my Patreon account. I'll put a link in the description. I also have an Etsy account where I've been selling some pins. There are a number of pins out there. I'm getting ready to go to a price reduction. I'm going to drop the price on all of the pins out there just a little bit because I'd rather sell them than hang on to them, right? And I know there are people who are interested in having a pin. Many of them are video pins. The other thing we have going, which I haven't started yet, but I have the description for, is I'm getting ready to make some more blanks. There are going to be some more custom blanks. They will be out on the Etsy store. So go over, check out my Etsy store, maybe give it a like, and periodically check back because there's going to be a lot of new stuff. I got about 8 or 10 brand new pins that need to get added to the store, not counting the ones that are there that I'm going to discount. I've got some blanks that I need to put out there. I've got new blanks coming. I've got the plans for Bespoke on a Budget and for making some of the segmented pins that I do. So there's a lot of things going on there. So also go check out my Etsy store. That one's free, cost you nothing. Just check it out, maybe like it, and check back periodically. Given an update, I am in August going to be in Waco, Texas at SWAT. I'll be demonstrating. I'll be doing 2 demonstrations. I'm going to do my Bespoke on a Budget demonstration. I'm really excited about it, and they seem to be receiving it. The folks I've been talking to received the demo idea really well. They were excited about it. There's been a lot of interest, so I think it's going to be a fun demo. SWAT is really cool. It is not a pin symposium. It is a turning symposium. So you are going to have people there from all over the world. You're going to have incredible demonstrations. They have multiple rooms going. You can see all kinds of great stuff. They have vendors there that sell everything turning related you can imagine. So if you're anywhere near the Waco, Texas area, or in August, you just want to take a little trip, check out SWAT, S-W-A-T, Southwest Association of Turners. So check it out and come see me, come say hi. I know there's more stuff going on that I've been working on, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update, let you know what I'm doing, where I'm at, invite you to join my Patreon, to follow along, and just want to thank you guys for being there all the time and for watching my videos. I truly appreciate it, and I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon, and have a great evening.